Now, a showdown is looming between conservationists and a section of members of parliament following a proposed amendment to the Forest Conservation and Management Bill 2016. Now, the amendment seeks the deletion of Section 34(2)(a) to enable petitioners seeking variation of boundaries or the excision of public forest to directly petition the House, contrary to the current provision that requires one to petition through the Kenya Forest Service. And as Emily Chebet reports, conservationists have said the bill will make it easy for public forests to be destroyed if the law is passed.
The current Forest Conservation and Management Act 2016 allows for variation of forest boundaries as long as this does not endanger any rare, threatened or endangered species or adversely affects its value as a water catchment area and prejudice biodiversity conservation. According to the Act, the variation of public forest boundaries can be done only through Kenya Forest Service, and such petitions can only be forwarded to the National Assembly upon the recommendation of KFS. The proposed amendment Bill 2021 proposes to do away with the requirement to seek approval from KFS and instead insert a provision that places an obligation on either the clerk of the National Assembly or a committee of the House to review the petition and ascertain whether it meets the requirements of the Act. Conservationists say the bill will make it easy to encroach on forests.
Forest excisions are science-led to assess the impact of that change of boundary on biodiversity, the unique plants and animals, the impact on water and water catchments, the impact on economy, including the impact on people, as over 90% of Kenyan households depend on forests for fuelhood.
In 2020, several estates in Lang'ata faced the possibility of demolition, with KFS claiming they were built on forest land. Lang'ata Member of Parliament Nixon Korir says the bill came about after a number of petitions from members of Parliament from their constituents through KFS hit a snag.
People were given land during the Moi era. They sold the land to other people. It is fully developed. Those people who are living there are now innocent buyers who purchase the land, third buyers, fourth buyers. There's a similar petition by Sunguya. There's a similar petition by Honorable Osotsi. So the Speaker forwarded these petitions and requested the House Procedure Committee that is chaired by the Deputy Speaker to look into that matter.
The timing of the proposition of the bill has raised eyebrows amongst conservationists who say politicians alone cannot be trusted when it comes to land issues. Dr. Paul Matiku, Executive Director, Nature Kenya, says politicizing forests and their boundaries will lead to wanton destruction.
If that bill goes through on Tuesday by the parliamentarians, they will have failed Kenyans. They will have failed to assure Kenyans their livelihood.
If this is the situation and government institution and the Forest Act and Bill is very clear on what would be the motivation to amend this?
A group of environmental lawyers through Natural Justice are concerned that the amendments do not encourage the much-needed collaboration of other relevant administrative institutions, which are important when considering petitions like National Lands Commission and National Environmental Management Authority, NEMA, adding that the bill does not resolve failures of KFS, as stated by the MPs.
When a bill is being proposed and amendments are being made, it's a requirement for them to engage relevant stakeholders, including communities, extensively so that they get their views on the issue.
Kenya Forest Service, through Board Chairman Peter Kiiru, says attempts to remove KFS from boundary variation decisions will compromise the protection of forests. Sentiment shared by Friends of Karura, a conservation group led by Chairperson Dr. Winnie Kiiru.
Kenya has 256 or so forest stations. Each one of them has unique boundary issues. And we have been, over the years, been able to deal with those boundary issues because KFS, as the custodian of forests in Kenya, is able to engage with the communities.
We would rather deal with delays and work with Kenya Forest Service, which is a properly constituted institution of government. We would rather build the capacity of Kenya Forest Service if this is what is needed.
Any other bill proposing amendments and changes that will make it easy or will make it even possible to process any forest land to a private land, I will oppose.
The proposed amendment bill of Forest Act 2016 that is due for debate in Parliament next week is facing opposition from conservationists who are saying the deletion of Section 34(2)(a) of the Act is a reverse of efforts made over the years in preserving and conserving public forests. Emily Chebet, Citizen TV, Nairobi.